What's up, good people, good people, good people? It is yours truly, Miss Quad, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Absolutely Quad, a lifestyle channel. Now, honey, we got to get right on into it because I got to tell you, I saw something so alarming the other day. I just was like, what was that person thinking and why? Now, I'm sure a lot of you saw the video. It's been floating around on the internet. There is a young lady who is in complete odds with her mother-in-law. Now, I just don't really understand that. I have never in all my years of me dating had an issue with anyone's mother or father. In fact, the mothers love me. Even in my last relationship, my marriage, I didn't have to worry about having anyone to dislike me because those persons have went on to glory. But even if they had not, I know that I could have won them over. The deal is this. I don't deal with the disrespect when it comes to parents. I don't like it. That's not my stilo. I understand the Bible says when a man findeth a wife, he findeth a good thing. I completely agree with that. But there still are some boundaries. And you should never be in the middle of the street hollering, hooping, and cussing a person out. You just shouldn't be doing it, especially if that person is your mother-in-law. Now, many of you may not agree with me. I don't know, but we're going to break it down today, honey. You guys, let's go ahead and get into this video. And once we finish this video, I'm going to bring in a special guest, honey. And I'm very, very, very sure you're going to absolutely love this episode.
Here, like why she in the front seat? And I get that that's your mom and everything, but like going to the back, right? No, absolutely not. Why? What are you talking about? I'm your wife. Are you serious right now? We gotta keep having these type of conversations. Every time I meet up with your mother, it's always a problem. I'm in his life now, so why are you still here? Okay, but go to the back on your seat. I'm your wife. I'm your fucking wife. This is my car. But this is my car.
That's my mom. I haven't seen her since Corona.
And he hasn't seen her since Corona. Okay, then that's another layer to it.
Stop being a mama boy.
I love you and I love y'all. I love both of y'all.
You could be his mother, cool, but go to the back.
I just can't do it, honey. I just can't. I saw the video like y'all saw the video. Did y'all see the video like I saw the video? I'm just saying I can't do it. I can't do it. All of the perversions and the cussing and all of that and get to the back and bitch. What bitch? Ooh, all of my pearls, honey. I was clutching. I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with that behavior. I don't agree with that disrespect. I think I am still the woman who believes in respecting your elders. And then on top of that, this is your mother-in-law and this is how you talk to her and treat her. I don't know, honey. You guys may disagree with me, but we're going to get into it. I'm going to introduce my guest. He's a really, really, really good friend of mine. Honey, he is the godfather of blogs, honey. He is the king of YouTube, honey. Many of you may know him as Funky Dineva Ross. I call him my brother, Quentin Latham. The brain, baby. The brain. Get into it, a fall face first.
I'm living for that introduction, sis. Yes, God.
I'm just trying to tell the people who you really are to me. You understand what I'm saying? Why is this dictionary constantly popping up on the screen? Okay, we are wordsmiths, so we don't need a dictionary. What's T?
Well, I guess that's in case we need a couple assists, a piece of assistance reading the bitch. Okay,
because this bitch is going to get read today.
Okay, let's get into this video.
Q. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I'm spicy, hot, and piping with mine. But for me, It's just some things you do not do. I am completely not here for the disrespect of a mother-in-law. I'm not here for that. Okay. I feel like there are some things that you can convey. If there's some issues you have, there's many other ways that you can convey that message without cussing her out, raising your voice, calling her all type of bitches, and you out in these good people's good neighborhood with all of this mess in the street. I don't like it. I'm not here for it.
So, I am a totally different breed, and I know this is an unpopular opinion because I, in my family, have witnessed people be taught that they blindly owe respect to certain individuals because the title that they carry, even when these individuals are toxic as hell, right? So like I've got people around me that I grew up, if your mama is a crackhead and on drugs and is calling you all kind of bitches and stuff, you're not going to blindly respect that person. You're going to show the same type of disrespect back to that person. I'm of the belief that there's just a level of respect that we owe each other as adults, and just not necessarily because she's his mother that she gets this blanket level of respect when it appears that them two got some past issues where that mama has probably disrespected this girl.
Yeah.
Because this is not a one-off situation.
Not at all.
To be honest with you, this ain't got nothing to do with that front seat.
That front seat, baby, because the front seat ain't never been that damn popular. And it looked like it was the front seat of a Toyota Corolla. I'm just simply saying. Now, but I hear what you're saying when you talk about just out of being an adult and just as another person. There should be a level of respect there. But it seems like, oh, girl, the wife bypassed all of that, honey. To her.
But see, we don't know. That mama had an air about her, right?
Oh, mama, she was close up. Yeah, she was.
And we can already tell those two have already struggled with boundaries.
Yes.
So what had happened is the nigga pulled up.
Mm-hmm.
And the mama was sitting in the front with the window down with her arm out in the front seat of that girl.
Gave her and was. I'm not,
like
no.
That. Right. And see, it was that air. It was that attitude that set her off.
But let me just say this. I hear you. It sent her through the roof. It was like the pull-up just sent her through the roof.
Right.
I pulled out a couple of things in that whole scenario there. Now, she stated, are you going to get in the back seat? To me, it's really not that serious. If this is my car, I own this car. I got many a days to ride in the front seat. I own it. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's not going to hurt me to sit there for 10 minutes while we go down to the local Walmart, honey, and get a couple, 2-3 things. You understand what I'm saying? It's just not going to hurt me. So for me, I feel like sometimes you might just want to pick and choose your battle. You understand what I'm saying? And now we're talking about family. We're not talking about somebody who's coming and going. Mm-hmm. This is a mother. Yeah. She's going to be there until one of them expire. Mm-hmm. And if her son expires before her, she's still going down to the grave site where that wife might mess around and get her another little piece and another little taste. Mm-hmm. And the visits to the grave site ain't going to be so frequent.
And see, I totally agree with you because it appears as if the mother and the son were already on an outing. They were already out,
and they pulled up to pick her.
Pull up and get Shanika, and we finna go to the Cracker Barrel. In that aspect, she should have just came outside and got in the car. Okay, because it's a lot, and it's a lot. Girl, just get in. We just pulled up. Now, if they would have come out the house together, and the mama would have made a beeline for the front seat, then I got a little problem with that. Because, bitch, I'm not sitting in the back of some shit I paid a note on. Okay? I'm not.
But guess what? I am. Because you know what? The long-term relationship is more important to me than what's happened temporarily. So right. I'm going to sit in the back seat, legs crossed and perched up, honey, crown on my head, but I'm in the back seat.
But see, there also has to be a give and a take on that mother-in-law's behalf as well, because you can tell that this mother-in-law gets off on agitating this girl on the power boundaries.
Yes.
That mother-in-law's energy and attitude said, I'm here, deal with it. That's what the mother is doing. And the mother has to show a bit of deference as well. You know what I'm saying? And it should be one of those, Miss Jones, you can ride in the front. Nah, baby, you go ahead. It should be one of those type of situations. But I'm sorry, when a man and a woman gets married, they leave their respective nests and their families, and they become each other's priorities. I'm sorry, in my family growing up, my grandma always got in the bag. My grandma got in the bag. It was my mama, my daddy, and my grandma got in the bag. So it's awkward for me to see a mother and a son and wife together and the mama sitting in the front. Let's not pretend like in Black culture or in culture period that there is not a level of status associated with that front seat. We don't let kids sit in the front seat over adults. You let the adults sit in the front. Why? Because there's a certain level of status, and you are a child, so sit your ass in the bike.
So if we're talking about status, and that is his mother, you can find yourself in that back seat. You're not going to stop being his wife, okay, unless you choose to. His mother is going to be his mother until the duration. That's where I'm going with this. And let me say something else. The fact that he allows all of this to go on, the shit begins and ends with him.
I agree.
He needs to step it up. Do you understand what I'm saying? He needs to create those boundaries, both for respective sides. You understand what I'm saying? He's not doing this. He come running out, but that's my mama. And I know you're my wife. I love y'all both. You are not. Why are you acting helpless in this situation?
Right.
He will be acting helpless in this situation when he could put his foot down, when it comes down to his mother and how his mother should respect and treat his wife. And he should put his foot down with how his wife should respect and treat his mother, period. Okay, so there's a lot that's going on with that son. It's a lot of coddling going on from both sides, okay? And I'm not here for it.
We've seen this before, and I think the reason, and I could be wrong, but I think the reason why the wife feels the need to be so boisterous and cuss the mama out and defend herself is because the son has never put the mama in her place. When it drawn a line and say, wait a minute, ma, you're not gonna come in our house and just go in our kitchen and start cooking. That's her kitchen. Okay, you not, there's that mama. I can look at
come in here and tell me how to raise my baby. Now you can open you can ask me. I'm open for suggestions. Yes, I'm open for suggestions, but you're not going to tell me how to raise them. But this is another thing. I feel like the young lady feels dismissed. In the marriage when it comes down to the mother.
And it's weird.
Small.
And it's weird because it's got to be a very unsettling position to not know where you stand with somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a lot of what this young lady is feeling. She's like, I don't feel like your wife when your mama is around. For whatever reason, I feel reduced to one of her children, and I'm not one of her children. Why don't you stand up and defend me? Why do you let your mama talk to me like this? Why is it so contentious between you, me, and this damn mama? There's a conversation him and that mama need to have. Like I said, now calling the lady bitches and stuff. Now, mama or not, I just was raised. I'm not finna be calling no grown person that can be my mama no bitches in the street. Now I'm just not doing that. I'm not doing that. I think.
And then to be all out in the street with it. Now you got everybody. You got Miss Ann. You got Bernice over there who likes to sit at her window and just watch and see what's going on in the neighborhood. Now you got all these people talking about how in shambles your marriage is in and your relationship with the two women in terms of the mother and the daughter-in-law. I didn't like it at all. And I felt like both women could have handled themselves differently. I do feel like that the mother is a bit antagonistic. I saw it all in her body language. Yes, I did. And I thought that she could have I don't understand why this front seat is just so damn important. Are they in a Lamborghini?
Because it's not about the front seat. It's about the front seat was symbolic of you don't give me any respect. Your mama does not respect me as your wife. Like I said, that mama didn't give me sweet little old lady.
Nah.
We don't mind that sweet little old lady sitting in front. Oh, that's his grandma. That's his mama. That's his old auntie. That mama gave me, I'm Queen Bee, bitch. She gave me all of this.
One of them guys. Let me tell you something. When rocking them shoulders, honey.
So yes. So when you already got an issue,
she ain't gonna shimmer.
Already got an issue.
What do you call it? Shake your shimmy.
So when you already got an issue with this bitch, then she don't pull in the front seat of your with all this energy right here. Like, bitch, I'm not having. First of all, the nigga looks sorry as anyway. So the girl, like, I'm paying the note on this. This nigga can't even afford to buy me no car. He can't even afford to buy me no car. And now I got to sit in the bike. I read a comment that said, what sis should have did was took her keys and drove and put his ass in the bike. Okay.
And listen, but that would have been another scenario. He could have easily fixed it and said, you know what, baby?
I'm going to get in the back.
Mama say in the passenger seat and I'm going to get in the back seat. Yeah. That's when you talking about leveling up and being a real man and being a protector. Okay. Yeah. All right. What's happening here is that the women have poor guidance. Yeah. Both of them in this son. But I have also seen, now, I know I've been team mama the whole time in this conversation. But now look here. I have dated in my time and doing a lot of dating right now. I have seen where women, mothers, look at their sons as if their sons are their husbands. Listen, I was in a relationship with a very successful man prior to me getting married. He was very, very successful. And, we would do nice things and he showed me a lot of things and I experienced a lot with him. But I noticed every time that I got around his mom, and his mom loved me, but although she did love me, she still was clocking me. So I remember one time she said, oh, those are some pretty diamond rings you got in your ear. Did my son buy those for you? Oh, that's a pretty Rolex watch on your wrist. Did my son buy that for you? It was always going back to the son. And then now what she's doing is got the calculator out. See, all I saw was figures on top of her head and then carry the one, okay, bring that down, multiply that by this. And that should have been mine. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what she was doing. She was saying the money that he's spending on you should be mine. You know why? I'm entitled to it. He's my son. Now, if it's that type of situation, I ain't here for that. I don't like that. I think mothers need to find their own damn man. So I don't know the interweavings of this particular situation. I know that there's some disrespect there, but if it's a situation where that woman is, meaning the mother, is looking at her son like that's her husband, then she's dead damn wrong. And
I will say, so, we can unpack that in a second. Going back to that woman's body language, the root of it is, and regardless of the reason, it's clear that mother-in-law does not respect that young lady
at all.
Does not view her as worthy of her son, and would probably be overjoyed if that husband divorced that girl today or tomorrow. It's obvious she don't care for her.
Okay, you're absolutely right. I saw the same thing you saw.
I think it's obvious. Now, going back to go ahead.
Could it be a situation that maybe the mother feels like you don't really work? You sit up and you don't clean the house. You don't keep a clean.
Oh, very much so. Listen.
You don't wash the dishes.
Listen, we from the South. We from the South, boy. Your people from Memphis, mine from Mississippi. I have heard my grandmother and aunts size up other one. Oh, she can't keep a house good. So she nasty. Her kids be running around. She need to cook for them children. She always running to my grandma called it the shopping center. She always down to the shopping center. She need to be somewhere cooking. Yeah, they tie in the respect of womanhood to domestic chores and abilities. Yeah. And my grandma always had something to say about city women. She said city women wasn't hitting on shit, that they eat out too much. Okay.
Or they down to the cafe.
Down to the cafe. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely, some of that old school black woman is, and yes, Miss Girl, I don't know that girl from a can of paint, but she does very much give me, she want to go smoke hookah and get her nails done all day. She does give me that. She don't give me that. You know what I'm saying? She don't
I'm
give
not mad
you
at the people that
that
just
she at
know that
home.
you don't need to say it.
But I want to backtrack just a little bit to your point about the mother viewing the son as her man. And, you know, that is something, Iyanla Vanzant calls him your emotional husband.
Mm,
And
good.
we do have a lot of that in the Black community. And I could speak to it because for a very long period, I was my mother's emotional husband. My parents divorced when I was 2 months old, and my mother never remarried, nor did she ever date again in front of me, at least.
Right.
And,
She was cutting the rug behind your back.
right. Now, there were situations where when my mother came home from work and she had a bad day, she yelled and took it out on me because I was the only one there.
Yeah.
Conversely, when I graduated college or when I got a little piece of job or whatever, and she needed money, you know, she asked me, and not only did she ask, she made me feel as if it was my obligation to do those things. And so a lot of times, because we do experience a lot of fatherlessness in the Black community and a lot of single motherhood, the son is the closest thing to a man that a lot of women have. And I don't think they do it on purpose, but the relationship lines get enmeshed and it begins to morph into an emotional husband situation. And I see that with that mother and that son.
Yeah. Do you really?
I do because a woman with a husband at home that's secure and her shit taken care of, and
she gotta go home. That lady gotta go home to get to Jeff because they supposed to be grilling out today and all of that. She's not really being in a situation
she ain't even got energy for all of that.
She doesn't.
And plus, Jeff in her ear telling her, Carolyn, calm your ass down and shut up.
Stay out of
Shut up and stay out of them young folks stuff. Carolyn, bring your ass home so we can go around here to the bango. You know what I'm saying? So there is a lot. There's a lot there.
It's true.
But I think we both agree it starts and stops with that son.
Yeah.
That son is the catalyst for a bunch of confusion. Because I'm going to tell you what else that son gives me. That son gives me that he runs back and tells that daughter what that mama say about her. And he run every time he mad with that daughter.
The wife.
He runs back and tell that wife, that mama, what they right, because that mother feels too empowered to talk to her like that.
She does.
She get it from somewhere.
She does. And people have to watch that in relationships. I know sometimes you need a sounding board. You need someone who could just listen to you. You need a word of advice, or you just might need to vent. I get it. I do not agree with venting to family. I don't agree with that. When I was married, if we had any challenges and when we had our challenges, I never, ever went to my parents with it. Not because I didn't trust them, not because I didn't want them to know what was going on, but I did not want them to judge. Because guess what? When you're in a marriage, where the things that you're able to forgive, the family is not.
Yeah, because you're the one that love. You're the one that love, not them.
Exactly. So I don't recommend that at all. I just think this thing could be done a lot differently. I think there's fault on both sides. I think there's fault on all three parties. Let me just say that with him, the wife, and also the mother. I hope they get it together. I don't really know because it seems like it's a deep and dangerous set. It seems like there's a lot of layers to it. I think some counseling needs to be involved. I think they really need to try to do some family building because what I see is there's going to be a divorce in the near future with that.
I want to throw one more factor in there. So I've got a friend. She's a PhD. She's a African. She's Nigerian. And let me get your thoughts on this. She said maybe it's a cultural thing. She said, I'm African. That is his mother. Therefore, it is my mother. He belongs in the front seat. And I said, when you look at it that way, I was like, it added another dynamic to for me. That daughter and that woman have never bonded as daughter to mother because if it was my mother, I wouldn't care. Of course, I would let my mama sit in the front seat. Exactly. So that also shows that wife does not view that mother as a mother type figure because if she did, she wouldn't have an issue with her.
Well, the mother is looking at the daughter-in-law as a scallywag.
Yeah.
Okay. And the daughter is looking at the mother as a person who thinks she's in control and she's that boss chick. You understand what I'm saying? And they both really could possibly have very poor perceptions of one another in terms of who they really are. And I would agree with you with that in terms of they've never really connected on that level. I also would agree with your friend in how I see things. This is how I see things. You are to respect your elders. You are. I'm saying just off the rip. It's just GP for me. It is what it is. Now, am I going to take too much of your shit? I'm probably not. But the way that I deal with you and handle you and the way that I talk to you to convey my message is not going to be in that manner because I want to be effective. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm giving you some shit to hide behind because we do know when certain people, it's like, they're looking for some reason to mask and to put it off on you. You don't give a person. You don't put your head.
And the mama got a lot now because now I don't like the little bitch. She disrespectful.
She disrespectful. She was all
in front of everybody.
She told me to get my ass in the back seat. She talked about how it was her car. She called me all type of bitches in the street. See, now that mother got there, and guess what? Now it's masking her shit that she brings to the table. So you don't deal with people like that. She was supposed to maintain being a wife because a crown comes with that too. A crown comes with being a woman, period. But a wife, you got a couple more jewels in it. Your mother, you got some more jewels in it. So you have to watch yourself. And when you know people are looking for a way out, don't make it easy for them.
You know what's funny? Because that same African friend of mine, she said, I'm not going to get into a power struggle where I clearly know I have the power. You know what I'm saying? And that was another very valid.
Now, go ahead and put your on that.
She said, I'm not about to get in no power struggle with somebody where I clearly know I have the power, which is
you do, which is true.
And it's her car and her husband.
It's her car and her husband. But I just I agree with your friend. I'm always for the mothers. I have never taken a position, even when I have been in relationships where I have been asked, or maybe the son is having issues, or mom thinks I'm supposed to do this and thinks I'm supposed. I always lay both sides out. And I allow that person to make their own decision because I'm not getting caught up in the crossfire of that. Okay. And if I ever have felt disrespected, which I have not, but if I had ever felt disrespected, it's just a simple conversation. And it's a conversation that you handle and you infuse a lot of love in that conversation. You don't come at a person like that. This is family we're talking about. This is not some person that, oh, we used to be cool. Now we're not cool no more. Oh, I knew this person for a minute. It's an affiliate. This is family. This is Christmas, Thanksgiving. This is Easter Sunday, honey, in your best dress. Okay, this is that. Okay, so to me, it's a lot deeper. It carries a lot more weight. I think both of them have handled themselves wrong in this case.
I agree.
Yeah. But honey, what's your tea, child?
Oh, this Friday.
What you got going on? What you got going on? What you got cooking up?
Do some rich and fabulous shit for to get dressed and I don't know, spend some money and go buy some shit I don't need. You know,
you living good, honey. You living good. You know, keep my eyes on you, child. Keep all my eyes on you now.
That's all, honey. Just gonna get into Miss Friday.
Get into Miss Friday. Well, listen, it has been great. Thanks for being a guest. I appreciate you. I love you. Cannot wait to see you soon. Cannot wait to see you. Let me see your teeth. You got all your teeth in your mouth. Smile.
I can't smile all the way. That's what I'm coming up on the 19th. I'm trying to get the final ones in. So I'll smile big for you then.
Yes, God, honey. Love you so much, brother.
See you soon.
Talk to you soon, pumpkin. I was thinking about this, and as I was thinking about it, I said, listen, it's a snag in the fabric somewhere. It is. It's a speck in the buttermilk. I said that because how was the camera already ready? How was the camera already perched up, honey, in that good focus like that? Where we saw everything. We saw it all unfold as if we were there. You know what I'm saying? It was in 4K, honey. We saw it all. So I don't really understand it. So somebody know it's already something between the mother and between the wife. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna get her ass on. I ain't gonna deal with it today. I'm telling you right now, Shamika. I'm gonna get her today. If she try me, this face. It's on and popping. I'm tired of his damn mama. Why was the camera out already? There's a lot of underlying issues here with this family, with this daughter-in-law and this mother. It's a lot of issues. But see, true T, what they should have done, we're not even here for all of that, but what they should have done was just went on and called Uber or Lyft and got the very smallest Prius they could find. And all three of them should have got in the back seat with that wife sitting in the middle, because you can't have the son and the husband or whatever sitting in the middle, because see, now you got both women out the window like this. Sit that wife in the middle, right next to that mother. And honestly, if he really wanted to sort it out, have the Uber and the Lyft driver to drop him off somewhere else and keep them in a car together. I do not agree with this type of behavior when it comes down to disrespect of mothers. I don't. And you call me Southern, call me what you want. This is who I am. I was raised by both my mother and my father. Listen, I think I have a very good value system, a very good moral fabric, and I'm not here for it. I don't like it. The wife could be very much so a nice woman. She could be. But hell, I wouldn't know from looking at this damn video. I wouldn't know. And if she is trying to diffuse it, you let the mother be out there acting ignorant. You don't have to pick up on her energy. She didn't have to pick up on her energy. I understand being tired and sick and tired and fed up. I understand it. I do. But we're talking about family. And honestly, what they both need to do is get on that son. Because see, let me tell you, I couldn't have been married to him. I couldn't have. Because see, you're going to protect me and you're going to make me feel secure no matter who we're up against. You don't have to be nasty, but you're going to make it happen for me. And there should be a level of respect when it comes down to his mother, and he needs to talk to his wife about that. That's just my opinion. You don't like it, then so what? What I hope you take away from today's episode is no matter what situation you're in, okay? Whether you're down to the local grocery store and somebody gets bold and buck with you, whether you're dealing with someone, a boss or a co-worker, or even an in-law, you know whom and what you are. So stay boiled up. You guys may not agree with what myself or even Q had said. I'm sure there's a lot of comments. I am so interested in hearing your thoughts. Go ahead. Send this video to your girlfriend, and then you know she got that old tired ass man, Tyrone child. Go on, send it to Tyrone because he can maybe use and learn something from this video. Be sure you do that, and his homeboys and all them, how they like to hang out and you pass it on to the people, okay? Listen, it's been great. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Absolutely Quality Lifestyle Channel. But now, what should we call this one, honey? Who rides in the front seat? Who calls shotgun, honey? Shotgun. What should we call this one, y'all? Shotgun Susie. Oh, nasty episode of Shotgun Susie, honey. Who rides in the front seat? Is it the mother-in-law or is it the wife? Let me know what you think.
Maybe they should just call the Uber.
Uber. And then everybody left.